Okay, I'm going to call the meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals to order for Monday, November 17th. And for the record, all of the members and associate members of the ZBA are here. Mr. Winnett, Mr. Jones, Mr. Keeman, Mr. Curran, Mr. Kimball, Mr. Travers, Mr. Blas, and myself, John Goldrosen. First case is the case number 16 for 159 Auburn Street. We opened this hearing at our previous meeting, but continued it because the applicant or any representative for the applicant was not present. So I'll just kind of take it from the beginning again. Location of property, 159 Auburn Street, type of structure, duplex. Owner's name, Odilton Silva. Owner's address, 135 Mill Street, Abington. When did you acquire this property? September 6, 2023. Has the application been filed with town clerk? No, but actually it's yes. Has any previous appeal been made? The application says no, but it was yes. This is to amend a previously issued special permit. And the reason for asking the relief is to seek approval for a third bedroom. This case was advertised in the Brockton Enterprise. Get the dates here. It was October 9th and October 16th. So sitting on the case will be myself, Mr. Blas, Mr. Curran, Mr. Kimball, and Mr. Keeman. So anybody who's participating in this case and might wish to speak on it, would you please raise your right hand and take an oath to participate? So who's the gentleman? So you participating in this case?
Yeah, well, I just want to hear what's going on. I live next door.
Well, then you may want to speak on it, okay? So we...
I don't really have a lot to say, but I think
well,
we're having a...
Yeah, just...
You stand up.
Yes, you solemnly swear the evidence you shall give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We do that just because this is like taking testimony. All right, so who is representing the applicant, or is the applicant? Can you...
Yeah, I'm his partner. He had an emergency today. Going with his wife to the hospital in Boston, and he called me and asked if I could.
Okay,
yeah.
Why don't you come on up? You can sit. You don't have to stand. You can sit. Can you give us your name? And just because I'm recording this for our recording secretary to take minutes for, can I ask you to spell your name?
Absolutely, it's Marcos Barbosa, MARCOS,
Okay, thank you. All right, and you're Mr. Silva's partner?
Yes.
Okay, so just to review this or bring everybody up to date. And by the way, Mr. Silva was out of town, out of the country actually last time, and hadn't even been aware of the scheduling of the meeting, so that's why he wasn't here. So back in 2024, we held hearings in February and March of 2024. 2 hearings on the matter, had set a plan presented and revised. And at the end, we approved a special permit to construct a duplex. And at the time, as it was presented to us, the building was to have one front entrance to maintain the appearance of a single-family dwelling. There'd be separate entrances from that entrance into the 2 units. It was described to us it'd be a kitchen, living room, and half bath on the first floor, and 2 bedrooms and a full bathroom on the second floor with a slab foundation. And the original plan, the parking was changed at the second hearing. Again, just kind of going to summarize here. There were revised plans that centered the duplex more on the property. Also, we'd asked for more information on stormwater management because that was a concern of some of the abutters. So that they put a circular horseshoe driveway in front of the building, 4 parking spaces, 3 along the side of the structure, 1 in front, and I think we felt that that was an improvement from the original proposal. We liked the fact that the duplex had the appearance of a single-family home, and as I said, some of the abutters who appeared were particularly concerned about the effect on the water table in the area. So, with that being said, Mr. Barbosa, you want to explain why we're here?
Yeah, initially we were gonna leave the attic part unfinished, and since we had to insulate the roof lines, and it's a lot of space, and that we wanted to amend to the 3rd bedroom.
Okay. And let's see, so the set of plans that we're given here, so you're proposing then is the house that's been built as was presented to us in terms of the footprint and size and so forth? Okay. And so on the 3rd floor, there would be a bedroom, a closet, I take it?
Yep.
But not an additional bathroom, it would just be an extra bedroom. Okay. I guess I'll ask the building inspector just what your reaction is, or what, if this raises any issues.
I mean, I don't have any issues with it.
Okay. And if we didn't approve the 3rd bedroom, its use as a 3rd bedroom, it would just be a store. Has it been finished off, or is this?
It's been finished.
Okay. All right, let me go to members of the board for questions and comments, and I'll include the associate members who are not voting on this case but can participate in the discussion. Mr. Winnett?
So you said the 3rd floor already has a closet
Yes.
prior to this meeting,
Yes.
so it's already finished. Okay. And the other thing that I just wanted to mention, so you mentioned the storm water. So I've been doing inspections up there for the Conservation Commission, and we've had some issues up there, and there is pooling of water that's still occurring on the left side of the property. So I know it's outside of this particular conversation, but it's something that was raised as a concern, and the neighbors raised it. I've done inspections. It's still something that I think needs to be addressed.
So
And
does
I've
that,
talked to with Elton and Marcus about it as well, too.
so does that need to be, even if this board approves the amendment of the special permit to allow a 3rd bedroom, is the occupancy permit still depending on the
Yes.
Conservation Commission signing off on the order of conditions? Okay. Mr. Jones, anything?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Mr. Keenan?
I have no questions.
Yeah. Mr. Curran?
There are windows in these bedrooms.
Yes.
Jim, have you looked at windows if they're the right size?
I didn't take note of it last time I was there for just an installation inspection. I haven't been
Yeah,
there.
so my concern would be whether or not
Correct.
the windows are big enough for
Yeah.
egress from the sleeping room. And other than that, there's no plumbing up there for a bathroom?
No.
No further question.
Okay. Mr. Kimball?
You did a nice job landscaping, it looks good. But it upsets me that you came before us for a 2-bedroom. You're the 3rd property in this town that's going for a 3-bedroom that would be approved by a 2-bedroom. I've got a big closet up there that's going to be a bathroom at some time. I just feel that you came in good faith for a 2-bedroom unit, and it should be a 2-bedroom unit. It's taken off Zillow. Has the property been sold or under agreement?
No,
Why has it been taken off the market?
It's because we decided to finish the house first.
Okay, that's all I have at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Travers?
Yeah, I saw it marketed online as a 3-bedroom house.
That's probably why they took it down then, because there was not supposed to be 3 bedrooms.
And so I also want to reiterate that there's no intention to put a bathroom in the walk-in closet area.
Absolutely not. The closet's finished as a closet. And on the other side is the HVAC up there. So it's like a mechanical. So there is absolutely no plumbing or any additional design.
I just wanted that on the record.
All right. Mr. Blas?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Couple questions. As Mr. Travers said and Mr. Engel said, that walk-in closet that almost guarantees going to be a bathroom. But if we approve this, I guess this is for the building commissioner. If we approve this as a 3-bedroom, any new owner could put a bathroom in there by right, correct? A 3rd bathroom upstairs?
Yeah, I mean, if it was already approved as a bedroom, I don't see an issue with the bathroom.
So, right, so it's almost a non-issue as far as this discussion is concerned, the fact that it's attached to town sewerage, so.
But if we made a condition of our approval that a bathroom is not to be allowed on the 3rd floor, is that something the building department could enforce?
I mean, I can enforce it for the final inspection. You know, I mean, I don't know what they'll do.
But yeah, I mean, if they come back in the future.
Oh, in the
seeking-
future?
Yeah.
No, we could definitely put that in writing.
Yeah.
If they come back to the future for a.
They're gonna need a plumbing permit. It's not like, it's not like the other ones we faced where we can't say use it as a living room, they can use it as a bedroom. But if the issue is we want to make sure they don't put a bathroom up there, they need a plumbing permit. So that's going to go through the building department, so that's something I think we can enforce.
Well, would we want to put that as a condition though, if it's a 3-bedroom, what's wrong with having a 3-bed?
Yes.
To me, that's just punitive.
Okay.
6 bedrooms, what's the requirement, I could look it up here, but the requirement for parking for 6 bedrooms versus 4. You were showing 4 parking spaces before. What are you showing now that you're looking for 6 bedrooms?
We are not planning on any parking.
You're not planning on adding any parking. So, but 4 spaces is not adequate for 6 bedrooms.
I don't have the answer for that. So a 6-bedroom required a 6 parking space?
Pretty close.
Thing is, I'm not sure, it's not multifamily, so.
Everybody used to know where to go exactly. Until these
It's 812.
812.
So dwellings, 1 family detached is 2 spaces per dwelling unit. Dwellings, single family attached and multifamily,
2.6 spaces.
2.6 for 3 bedrooms. So,
You need 6 spaces.
yeah. And I don't know that we'd even want that because part of the reason we approved this was that it maintained the appearance of a single-family house. First of all, putting more parking complicates the stormwater issue because now you have additional paving, additional runoff. So that complicates that.
That's pretty much that then, as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we have 3 spaces.
And
You're supposed to show 4, because I'm probably going to use one of them, but just in the driveway.
Yeah, it's one right in the driveway and then 3 off to the side. Yeah, what is the layout of the parking? Are they 4 spaces to the side? Is it
On the right side.
all 4 are on the right-hand side, which I think we decided was better than putting 1 in front. Anything else, Mr. Moore?
No.
Yeah, I mean, first, if this had been, there was concern, and I'm going to go out to the public for your comments and questions as well. But my, initial response is there was concern from the start about having a duplex in this neighborhood to give a special permit's allowed, but not, guaranteed at all. And part of why we approved it was going to maintain the appearance of a single-family house. We liked the fact he had a single door opening into 2 units, and it was presented to us as 2 bedrooms on each side. If it had been presented as 3 bedrooms on each side, I don't know that I would have been as inclined, as favorable to it, because 6 bedrooms is something more than 4. And greater in the impact on the neighborhood. But the parking alone is an issue there because you certainly can wind up with, well, the bylaw says it would need to be 5.2, which would generally be rounded up to 6. And adding more parking here creates a whole other problem for you in terms of the Conservation Commission. On the other hand, I know that we can say don't use the attic as a bedroom, but practically there's no way to enforce it. But at least we can say we're not going to give permission, so you can't market it as a 3-bedroom. I don't know that we can do more than that. Let me go out to the public. Sir, can you give us your name and address and your comments?
Yeah, I live next door at 171 Auburn.
And your name, sir?
It's Thomas Cove Road.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm for it or against it, but I wanted to hear what was going on. I'm still more or less concerned about the conservation area. I guess something's been done since the last meeting, and I was outside yesterday. Whatever they did, it pulled up again. So, I mean, nothing's in my yard right now, but I'm at when this final thing is over, I wanted to make sure they're still staying dry next to my house.
Yeah. Isn't that one spot that's pooling, Marcus, you and I talked about it? That's not where they did work at, it was more the dry wells. But they're gonna have to address that area. I went by again today and I saw the pooling as well.
Yeah, I seen it yesterday. I didn't really pay attention what they did, but I knew there was something going on last week. And then the other day I noticed it was all cleaned up.
Yeah.
But then yesterday it looked like it was still kind of one shallow pool, 2 pools. One a little bit more than the other. One was shallow, one was a little bit more.
Yeah, right by the
That's
spigot
my
on the
main
side of the
concern.
house.
Yep, I drove by.
So you may have to dig up and take care of that.
But I think part of that issue is I was talking to a neighbor on Newland Drive, and she says where it comes out on Harvard Street, the water flows like crazy. But then on the other side of my house, opposite of this house, there's nothing moving. We seem to think that there's something blocked back there, and maybe that's a lot of the issues everybody in this neighborhood is having between my house and behind my house is actually the cul-de-sac of Newland Drive. So I don't know if there's like a dam or something causing it, so it's pushing up on everybody else's property. That if it flowed, it should go right next to my house across the street and keep on flowing. So somewhere in Harvard Street, it's only like 5 houses to Harvard, and then like 4 or 5 houses in. So that way, somewhere in between there, it must be jammed up. So that might solve some issues. I'm not sure.
I can take a walk and look at that as well too.
All right. But as we said earlier, regardless of what we do, the house, there won't be an occupancy permit issued for the house until the Conservation Commission has signed off, and it was an order of conditions, I assume, that was issued for this. And
It was, and we've had stop work
Okay,
orders
all right.
issued as well too.
So-
We're right on top of it.
so you have to, I don't know what the wording is for certifying that the order of conditions has been complied with. So that'll happen before the building
I'm not
department.
sure that the order of conditions mentions stormwater, just because I think that was covered here. But certainly the board is aware of the situation,
Yeah.
so
But
before we issue a certificate of compliance.
Yeah. But there were, in the application to the Conservation Commission, there were swales and infiltration trenches and everything
Yeah.
shown on the plan, and that's what you folks are supervising.
Yeah. correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really, we left that to the Conservation Commission because that's their jurisdiction. All right. Mr. Barbosa, anything else you want to say on that?
No.
Okay. Before I close the hearing, I mean, what's the sense of the voting members of the board on this?
I'm prepared to make a motion to deny the request.
Okay. Any?
I'm not in favor of it.
Okay. All right. And it would take 4 votes in favor to allow it. I mean, think realistically what people do with the top floor, so be it. But I would, well, if we simply deny it, we can't put conditions on the denial. So we won't even discuss the bathroom or anything in it. All right, at that, I'm going to close the hearing, and I'll entertain a motion on this matter, on the request to amend the special permit to allow a 3rd bedroom on the top floor of each unit.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to deny the petition on the basis of not enough required parking.
All right. Is there a
I'll second that.
second by Mr. Kimball? Any further discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion to deny? 5-0. All the members sitting on the case deny, so the motion is denied. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's collect all this stuff. The page, Brendan, rather than me pass all stuff from the folder that maybe it's been superseded anyway, do you have new plans to pass out or?
So we have an updated site plan based on the feedback from last month's
Right.
meeting.
So I haven't opened the hearing yet, but I'm just in terms of,
Yeah, so I don't have an updated site. I have it to present, but I do not have a physical copy for you all to have in front of
okay,
you.
but it's what I emailed
It's
out.
Emailed, yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
I think I did print hard copies. I don't know if.
okay. And the majority of the full-size set there, the majority of the engineering is remaining the same, the utility connections, things of that
Right.
nature. Just with a couple of updates with some additional
All right.
landscaping.
All right, so. Did anybody else print out the copies I sent around?
No, because I knew that she was going to have copies for us, and hers are always larger than ours.
Yeah, I mean, I did print out one copy of each of the
I'm going to
things
pull it up on my phone.
that was
And I
sent.
can leave these all with you as well.
I won't watch it.
I guess as we go through each thing, we can do it. We'll deal with it.
They're all, yeah, they're all to your fault. They're all our fault.
Yeah.
So there's 2%.
Yeah, that's the only downside. Yeah.
6.5. Because of all the new high-tech breakers in there.
Yeah, but because there was a time about 10, 12 years ago, the high-tech breakers were really bad. I mean,
Yeah, they have gotten a lot better.
They've got a lot better.
Well, the funny thing is though, we did that, we're doing that now with asphalt. And 15, 20 years ago, we were doing the same thing with ground fault breakers. You know, you need to update that technology.
Yeah, technology's got better, but it's still sensitive.
I couldn't believe it. I have a subdivision for the end, and they were blowing that too.
So was it everything over the house, or?
Just anything with the purple reset button.
Yeah, no, it must have been just a surge that.
I'm wondering if it protected some of the things. I got a couple of cable boxes and computers.
It's like, most people have problems with this. It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know why? That's usually the power company does it. They have to shut down for something, swap over anything. They do it 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the smoke detectors are now getting so tightly involved that it's a little consumer. That's just that interruption, and I'll set it off.
Okay, I'm going to call the next hearing to order. And let's see, what case number is this? All right, well, regardless of our case number, this is a continuation of the hearing for 342 Bedford Street. Is there anyone who's here who was not here for the first hearing? Okay, so let me just explain again what happened. We had an initial hearing a couple of weeks ago. The applicant presented their plans. We had feedback from the board about, some issues, I think, particularly with movement within the site and onto Auburn and Bedford Street, and particularly several neighbors from the Toll House condominium complex were here and were concerned about both the amount, what the volume of traffic would be into the site, and also the location of the driveway into this site off of Auburn Street in relation to the location of the Toll House driveway. And again, just to summarize, the site currently has the Northeastern Savings Bank on it. What's proposed, that's going to remain in operation, and the car wash would be built south of that site, further down Bedford Street, adjoining the medical building, but there'd be entrances to the car wash from Bedford Street and Auburn Street. So at the conclusion of the hearing, we just asked the applicant to take all the information into consideration and come back and see what revisions they might want to make to it. So again, first of all, this hearing is being recorded, both because our recording secretary isn't here to take notes, so we want to get everything down on tape, but also because the town of Whitman requires that the town boards record their hearings and post them on the Whitman-Hanson Community Access website. So that'll be done as well. So with that being said, there was a letter, let me just read into the record so I don't forget. The Board of Health had submitted a letter which we didn't get into the record. The Whitman Board of Health is willing to grant conditional approval to the petition of Northeastern Savings Bank for a modification of the decision issued in 2012 to grant a variance special permit and site plan approval for the property located at 342 Bedford Street, as the applicant proposes to divide the property into 2 lots, one lot to contain the existing bank structure, and the second lot to contain the new car wash requiring a special permit under section 240-5.4 F5 and site plan approval under section 240-7.2. The town of Whitman's water sewer master file indicates this property is connected to municipal sewer and water. For final approval, this proposed new building lot must also be connected to municipal sewer and municipal water. Sincerely, Daniel Kelly, Whitman Board of Health, Health Agent. All right, so I'm going to open the floor to the applicant, let them make the presentation. We'll have questions and comments from members of the board, and then we'll go out to members of the public for your questions and comments. And as announced previously, the members voting on the appeal will be myself, Mr. Blas, Mr. Kimball, Mr. Curran, and Mr. Keeman, but the other members of the board can participate and ask questions. So with the applicant, just for the record, introduce yourselves and give us your names, please. Yes.
Sure. I'm Paige Widener with CESO. I'm the engineer for the car wash.
Okay.
And Jason Rice, I'm with Hang 10 Car Wash.
Okay, it's RICE.
Yeah,
Yes.
RICE.
Thank you. And
Brandon Lee with Kelly Engineering.
okay. Ms. Widener, do you want to
Sure.
explain?
Do you want to go through the site plan changes first from last meeting, or take a look at the building?
I think the site plan, let's start with the site plan changes.
So we've got, I'll try to.
Yeah, and put it in a way that we can see it, but
Yeah.
also members of the public.
Are you
If
able to see it
necessary.
all? Sorry.
You can even turn it a little
Turn it a little-
sideways, I think. Yeah.
All right. And the members of the public.
Yeah, if
So,
necessary, I'll ask you just to
Yeah.
lift it and show, particularly if we're talking about the driveways and so forth.
yes, so the 2 existing driveways are remain from last meeting in the original space. They are the existing curb cuts right now. We did eliminate the drive in between the properties. We also eliminated the drive from the southern part of the bank parking in kind of the center of the site for the record. So there's no vehicles able to go through there. And then I've tried to label and show like the directional arrows for the flow of traffic just to make it a little bit easier for everyone to see how the proposed car wash will operate with the bank.
So there's still an opening from the bank where like the drive-through lanes of the bank are.
Yes, so as you go through the drive-through lanes of the bank, you still will be able to exit off Bedford Street
And enter from
and
Bedford.
enter.
Okay.
Yeah, enter here.
What is the flow into the drive-through lanes? Is it from north to south? In other words, if you want to use the drive-through lanes,
Yeah, your driver's side door. So you'll come.
okay. So if you come in from Bedford Street, you move westward off of Bedford, then you turn right and circle the bank to
Correct.
use the lots. If you come in from Auburn Street, it's just a straight shot to the drive-through lanes.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so as before, to get into the car wash driveway or access way to the pay stations,
Yes.
those are the access is at the western end of
Yes.
the property. You either come in from Auburn Street and kind of go straight south
Yes.
and then curl left into the pay stations.
Yep.
Or if you come in from Bedford Street, you need to drive west, turn left into the access lanes and go around.
Correct.
Okay. And now, did you consider moving that second curb cut on Auburn Street, the one that serves the car wash, to make it further away from the entrance to Toll House?
So because we maintained the existing curb cut, and that was within our application for the DOT, it's currently under review. We were supposed to get our review on Thursday, the 13th, but 2 more departments still had to take a look at it. But the comments that we've received so far have not had any issues with the existing curb cuts.
Okay,
onto Auburn Street.
okay. So,
But that is, we would be happy to have that be a condition of this board's approval, that we receive the DOT's, we work with the DOT on that matter.
can you, the last time you had, you gave us a copy of your submission to DOT,
Yes,
which apparently was in the file, but we hadn't, and I did distribute it to the members.
yes.
But I think for the sake of the public, if you or someone on your team can walk us through that document
Sure,
and
the trip
explain.
generation
Yeah.
letter.
Yeah,
Basically, the results of it, calculations were done based on the anticipated additional cars that will be entering and exiting the site during different peak hours and everything. The final result was under even the amount that the DOT would have us start to do a traffic study. Now, granted, we have submitted that to them. It's up to their discretion if they are to have us do further investigation, but to put it in kind of layman's terms, it's so few cars that we don't typically have to do continual research.
all right. But let me, I just want to throw out the numbers then, if I'm looking at them right. This is from table 1. So, and this is just sort of based on industry standards for what a typical car wash like this would generate, that the weekday afternoon peak hour estimate is 39 in and 39 out per hour. So it's approximately one every minute or two. Saturday, well, it says 19 in and 22 out. I'm not quite sure how that happens, but again, that's at peak hour. And did you, and you may have mentioned this last time, what you anticipate the peak hours would be, or it says the weekday afternoon and Saturday peak hours was selected based on the adjacent street traffic during these hours. You just simply take the busiest time and estimate what your volume would be on that, on top of that.
I believe so. I'm not the traffic engineer who generated this report, so I would have to.
All right. And did the traffic engineer make any estimate of what the volume would be entering from Auburn Street versus Bedford Street?
I don't believe so,
Yes.
but then again, that would be something that if these counts had been a larger amount that then made us go to a trip generation,
Okay.
a full traffic study, that's something that would be, we just don't have, this is based on standard data from the state, things of that nature. But
Okay.
it's based on use and square footage and things like that.
Okay.
So like I said, I did submit that report, or that trip generation study to the DOT for their review.
Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead with it if you want to talk about that building.
And then I know that there was one other concern that was brought up last meeting about the number of vehicles that could queue. So we're at 50. That could be, I'm sorry, I'll turn for you to see. In kind of crazy situation where everyone lined up all the way to the drive. So there's not a foreseeable instance where we think that vehicles would be backed up onto the road.
So you could hold as many as
We
50?
could hold 50 cars
And
just from the pay
Yeah.
window
And,
all the way up.
and how long does it take a car to go through the car wash?
Jason?
To go like from
Say from the pay station, I'm just saying in terms of how long it takes to complete the,
it's a 4.5, 5 minute process to go
Okay.
through.
okay. And as we said, based on the trip generation, 39 an hour. So again, the chances of it being backed up more than a few cars are
Right.
not good.
And that's not taking into account the.
Yeah, actually, how many cars can be in the car wash at a time?
On this one, approximately you could have 6 cars in
Okay.
the car wash at a time.
Okay, All right, that's helpful.
And then I should. Sorry. I show the green space on this plan, but we have also shown the landscape plan based on the asphalt modifications we made from last meeting. So you can see the different trees we're planning to either plant or remain untouched. So that's one factor. And I believe that was digitally sent to your group, so you should have that on file.
Yes, yeah.
And then I just wanted to give you all, I think the floor plan had been requested to be seen, so this is how it's laid out. Flip it from how it is on site. I guess I could show it upside down, but all the words will flip. So as you enter in, here's the tunnel, and then we've got storage room, a mat wash room, the dog wash room, another mat wash, and then equipment all up here with the control room, an office and a restroom.
Okay.
So that's flipped upside down based on the site plan, but there you go.
This is the second windows, right? This
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
And then, yep. So these are the elevations of the building, but then I also have a rendering of this particular site that I can pass around my laptop for you all to see. So this is what the site would look like. We've got a couple different views, but I think this one shows the majority of it.
And that's from Bedford.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can send this to you after as well,
Okay,
so that
good.
everyone would have a copy of it.
That's with all the lights on,
Jason,
all your neon?
is that with the internal lights on?
The renderings don't show the internal lights from.
So it's gonna
in the
actually
daytime. I mean, in the daytime, you're not gonna see
feel like
anything.
brighter in
Only be at
low light like that?
Probably, but just within the internal of the parking, the lights are not likely to.
They don't bleed out.
Yeah.
If you look at like your lumens that go out, like your foot candles, they don't go past those parking spots that are in front of it.
That's looking. So this view is from
Bedford.
Bedford.
So how much would you see from, of course, from Auburn Street, so the building is beyond the bank building. If you're on Auburn Street, you got the bank building, and this building is beyond that. But how much, can you explain because I honestly don't remember from last time what you had to say about the lighting of the car wash.
Sure.
Yeah, so we have internal LED lights that are about, let's call them 8 feet high on the wall that face into the tunnel.
Okay, so that's not visible from outside.
No, I mean, you will see that again, so there's windows,
Okay.
windows on the front. And so the idea is that you look into the wash. And so you will see you'll see the colors inside. But again, foot candle wise, they don't bleed out past 15 feet.
It's not intended to like advertise this to the street.
No, it's all
the atmosphere
internal.
inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Internal.
And the vehicles will be parked at the vacuum stations in front of that window as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we have canopies that go over our vacuums, and so like those would block some of it as well.
Okay.
But it's really for inside.
Okay. And can you go over what the lighting of the site would be like? What is it presently in terms of the bank? What are you adding? How bright is it? And how much of that's going to be on when the car wash is closed?
Yeah, so right now, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no lighting in the pavement that's existing. The car wash proposes. Oh, really? These noise. The car wash does propose for customer safety. That's a big priority. Different overhead lights, but the direction is down. They're not to light up the sky and have light pollution.
And they're
They
not,
are-
they're not 15 feet high, they're just over the vacuum stations.
They are
12 feet?
12, 15.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I pulled that off the
For
top.
parking lot lighting.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's overhead lighting for
But-
for vehicles, but
Directed downward.
directed downward, and
Okay.
we have done a photometric study where the foot candles are not over the allowable along
Okay.
the whole property line.
All right,
So there should not be more than the town allows
okay.
of light pollution.
And will you turn off those lights when the car wash is closed?
Typically, we leave them on, but I know that you had mentioned like the signage lighting being turned off after a certain time. So,
Okay.
you know, if it's I don't know how it works in the city, if you turn off all your parking lot lights after a certain amount of time, or if you leave them on for safety.
Jim, any,
I'm not sure. I mean, I would think for safety reasons that
leave
you
it,
have to leave it.
leave them on so people aren't hanging out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And signage, what, again, are you proposing for signage?
Signage, we're showing a monument sign at each entrance.
Okay,
It's fairly low to the ground.
okay. So
We go
again,
through
not
staff
some,
approval.
not some
Yeah.
big prominent, okay. Do you have signage on the building itself?
We do have signage on the building. I can kind of see mainly just on the tower there.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Can you go back to the green space, the plan that shows the amount of green space? And if you can just kind of indicate, because even looking at the site, it's easier to see it here than on the plan.
Yes.
Explain, like in each of these areas, particularly the area going out towards Auburn Street and then around the southern side of the building, what kind of landscaping is going to be in there?
Oh, okay. Yes. So I'm gonna mime a little bit. So there's gonna be trees in this area
So this is between the
the two.
on the Auburn Street side, between the driveway to the car wash and the driveway to the bank. There'll be trees there.
There'll be
Okay.
grass and trees.
Okay.
There will be trees at the. Sorry, I'm turned around. Western
Yeah.
point of the car wash entrance onto Auburn Street.
Okay.
There'll be two trees there. The existing vegetation in the banks, parking kind of in the true center of the two properties will remain.
Okay.
There will be proposed trees on the south side of the Bedford Street access point here, as well as the south eastern corner of the property, trees there, frontages. And then the southwest corner of this property, corner / offshoot,
Right.
will remain in the densely wooded area that it is existing.
And so overall, I think you said last time the amount of paving will be reduced from its current state?
Yep.
Okay.
We are combined with the car wash in the bank. We are reducing the pavement, and we are at 42% of the site is green space.
Okay.
I had it up. I think it's 0.24 acres that we're increasing landscaping for the car wash portion. That's off the top of my head because my computer just died.
And so that's why there's no changes proposed to the drainage system, because what
That's
was
correct.
done previously will
Yes.
handle anything
Yes,
here.
we're making it better.
Right, okay. All right, anything further? Okay. Let me go to the members of the board. Mr. Winnett?
Last meeting, we had talked about potentially making this exit a right-hand turn only. Is that something that you looked into?
Sorry, I'm looking at my notes to tell you exactly.
I think we we said if that's what the board would like to see because it's going across almost 4 lanes there or something like that. I mean,
Right.
it's wide.
Including actually 5 because you're getting towards a turn
Yeah,
lane.
because it's narrow and then it widens. Like if you put the overhead up, that last one. Yeah, right there. No, right there.
Here we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, again, we're closing off and getting rid of this drive here. This is all pavement now, but we're adding in some of the green space here. We would be using this, and I think this starts to narrow back down to 1 lane. So I think you're on like 4 lanes at this point. So we would be fine, kind of right turning out open.
Yeah.
It would be a little crazy to. Although I'm sure people do it now, coming out of the bank, but yeah, right?
So
Yeah.
for Bedford Street, on the site plan that I sent you all, we have a sign proposed that says no left turns.
Okay.
How about right turn only?
Yes, we could change that. Yeah. Whatever the community will follow. We're happy to put. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, overall, appreciate the changes that you guys made too. I still sort of echo that concern that we've had about the entrance, exiting and entering right across from the toll house. I was up there and I watched the traffic coming in and out of there. It's gonna be dicey. So, I know it's 39 cars, but it's 39 cars an hour, let alone those cars coming in and out of there. But,
Yeah.
just, I don't know what we do about it because it's the DOT, but.
I know, and that's where we're open to seeing what we can do, and of course, like there's the other comment that came that if we were to get rid of the one that's across from the condos, now the one that's closer is too close to the light.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like which one's not as bad, right? But yeah, DOT would yeah. So.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Jones?
No questions, just thanks for improving and closing off some of the cut throughs going through, because we know people around here are going to try to cut through and do that light, so I appreciate, cutting off all those little areas.
Steven?
Again, I agree, the extra green space really makes a big difference. And like I say, not making it cut through as much is nice. I'm not 100% in favor of the right turn only sign on the Bedford Street. But that's just my personal opinion. And as far as the traffic to the toll house, pretty much no matter whatever was to go on that property, they were going to have, it's still going to be a problem for the toll house. It's just so tight together. There's not much that can be done about that. That's it.
Mr. Curran?
Can we talk about the signs, exterior signs?
Yes.
Do you mean the monument signs by the driveways or on the building?
Well, I just wanted to get something clear. Our bylaw says you can't have more than 3 exterior signs, highway business. So that's something that we may want to discuss now.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part of it is you don't have to shut off lights at 11. So that's highway business, you don't have to do that. So nobody else on Bedford Street shuts them off.
Okay.
11 p.m. is the curfew in the residential. You should be okay.
Yeah, so we have a sign builder, complete signs. They work pretty much east of the Mississippi, and they would go through the process and.
So but we could, if you know how many signs, we could talk about that. Is it appropriate?
Sure, yeah,
Give
because what signage can the building inspector approve versus what do they need from us?
Well, they can have 3 exterior signs. If they've got, like that one, if it's on each side, they may have 7 exterior signs.
Yeah, we have.
Are you planning on a pylon on Bedford Street and Auburn Street?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
We have a
monument
monument
sign.
sign.
So no pylon.
It's not a high. It's
not
like 3.
So, but you're gonna have one on each of the entrances.
That's the current plan.
So there's 2.
Right.
Now you got down to 1 left. So I think we should allow them.
We, just so you know too, we, on our building itself, we have 3 signs. Because we typically don't put, so that they go on the tower there, so you can kind of see.
So like on each side of the
We have
tower?
10 here that would face, this is again coming from
What
Bedford.
about free vacuums, or is there signs for that?
For,
Vacuums?
no, we have little placards that go on our vacuums,
That's
with the rules of just, you know, and then like, but from a like an illuminated sign, we just have 3. So there would be this one, this is kind of the front. They show one here on the back, but we typically haven't been putting them on the back, and so it's usually one here. Sometimes one on this side of the tower. It's funny because he doesn't show that one, so he shows these 3. But we typically have 3 on the tower.
On the building, and then 2 at the entrance, so
Yeah.
I would suggest that we allow by.
Include that in the decision to allow, let's say, 3 on the building and 1 at each entrance. And just while I think of it, I mean, a monument sign is fine as long as it's not obstructing the view of the drivers going in.
Yeah, there's a prescription for that in our
Yes,
bylaws.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah, so-
okay.
There is one other sign that I was thinking, and it's only, I mean, it's this big, but it's the Shaka Dog Wash sign that goes
That's
right
another
on the
sign?
dog wash. That's another
Um,
sign.
Entrance signs don't count, you know, enter and exit, they don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
But,
and not like wayfinding signs.
but if you're gonna have a dog wash sign on the building, we should,
Yeah.
that's.
So it's really 6, because the monument signs, even if they say enter and exit, if they say
If something-
paying 10,
Yeah,
it's
if
a
they have
sign.
logo on it, that's a sign.
That's a sign. Okay.
Yeah. all right, so we're talking
So-
6,
6, yeah.
maximum of 6. Because you may even decide one of the signs in the building doesn't make sense because of where it's pointed.
The way it sits, yeah, on
Okay.
the site.
Yeah, if you don't do that now, you have to come back and get a vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No problem.
Okay, Mr. Kimball?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm just, if you're only gonna have 39 in and outs during the peak time, last time you were here, you said the car wash was capable of 120 cars an hour.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
way off.
Well, no, you had asked what the possibility was. And I said, basically, you could run, as long as your tunnel is, you could run that many cars an hour. If you turned if you had, first of all, had the best hour of your life as a car wash. And then if you turned all the equipment up, and it wouldn't take you 5 minutes to get through the wash, it might take you 3 minutes to get through the wash.
No,
But we don't run our washes like that. We don't turn the equipment up. We don't speed up the belt. And so, you know, from a capability standpoint, is what I was answering last time. That's not. We would never, nor have we ever run that through the wash in an hour.
And the other question I have is, could you put that green space up again?
This one?
That one. When you're coming out of the bank and there's a possibility of turning right, no, the one closest to the street, the two arrows closest to the street,
Which street?
off Bedford Street.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If I come out there and I try to make a left turn onto Bedford Street, that's not gonna give me very much room for cars coming in and out of there.
You're not allowed to make them.
I thought we had the right turn lane.
We're going to make that right turn over.
No, not coming out from in front of the bank itself. I've got like a car length. I've got somebody coming off Bedford Street, and I'm gonna try to make a left-hand turn.
Well, they might be in the way.
They're gonna be in the way. I don't know if we can make that.
Coming from the bank, not the drive-through lane,
Okay.
but
Coming
that,
from the bank parking on the
Yeah.
far.
yeah, if they're going to turn into that, the access to
If they're gonna
Bedford,
try to go into before to stop at the
Yeah.
stop bar.
Yeah.
You're saying
Yeah.
when someone also
And someone's coming in, it's-
turns in.
It's,
I mean, that's
It's
the
existing.
That's the way the bank works now.
Like, we're not
They're just
changing that
changing it.
area.
yeah.
yeah, but you're bringing a lot more cars into the area too. Because the majority of the people coming from the bank now, they come in and they turn to the right off Bedford Street.
What if you have,
I think that
Do you have
there's
a-
not much topography in that area, so there's pretty big, like,
Yeah, you can see.
you can see pretty well.
but if you had
Or like vegetation.
what about a stop sign at the exit from that bank?
Here.
Yeah,
Wait.
you put a stop, at least so they stop and look.
That's a good point. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so like right in here.
Right,
Stop sign there.
yeah.
I don't know if you can all see that small mark.
But yeah, so basically anyone coming from the bank would stop before they get to the
Yeah.
cross-access easement.
Yeah,
That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
okay. Mr. Travis?
Makes sense.
Just a comment for the voting members. On the right-hand turn, right hand only onto Bedford Street, the nearest cross street is well over a mile away in East Bridgewater. It's Highland Street and Harbor Street. It's a mile to the car wash and probably another half a mile. So I think that might be burdensome to, and it's not gonna prevent people from taking a right-hand turn out of there and then a left to go into McDonald's.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's unnecessary.
I'd take a left anyway, even if the sign was there.
I was gonna say, a lot of people would probably just do that anyway.
Strike that for a minute.
I do it at Walmart.
Me too.
Yeah, plus, I mean, the other point to make is, if we say no right-hand turn, even times when it'd be possible to do so, we're kind of encouraging people to exit onto Auburn Street and taking a right to get to the lights to go, if they want to go north. Now, that's putting more traffic potentially on Auburn Street. So,
I agree.
Okay.
yeah, I think
So you
maybe,
want me to eliminate the?
yeah, I think so. Let's, I'd say, leave it to common sense, but that may be an exaggeration. Anything
It'll
else?
sort itself out.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Travis, Mr. Blas.
I think the improvements, they're good. Thank you. Your application just calls for a site plan approval, I believe, modification of the permit.
Yeah,
But I think we need to put,
yeah,
we need to do some
yeah,
variances.
Mr. Blas, give the board background. So they submitted an initial application, which was modifying the bank's prior approval. They then actually submitted a second application for the special permit for the car wash. And I said, let's treat it all together, particularly the properties have not yet been separated, right? I mean,
There's been a formation by the planning.
all right, but has the sale of the property occurred?
No,
All right, so it's still owned in common. So when we issue a decision, the decision really needs to go to 342 Bedford Street. You do that, you put the decision on file, and now when you separate the lots, legally the decision will apply to both lots. So anyway, the intention is to amend the existing site plan approval for the bank, mainly because we're changing some of the exits, reducing the parking spaces, that's the main changes, but it's still enough to meet zoning, and issuing a special permit and site plan approval for the car wash.
Will we have to issue a variance for two primary structures?
No, based on, the representation that they are indeed going to separate.
Okay.
Separate.
What about the 100-foot setback?
That's true. Right, I mean, the car wash, we need 100 feet setback from Bedford Street, so we need to give a variance for that. Any other zoning things that you folks?
100 on the Bedford.
Oh, it is 100 to the building?
It is.
Okay,
Wow.
that's unusual. We're not used to people actually following the bylaw.
That's an automatic.
That's why it's located over there.
Yeah, which is good, that's great. Okay.
I
Okay.
can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Other than dimension, I mean, I'm just thinking of dimensionals, and there's no height issue or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the height of the tower?
It's not 35.
We don't have it noted on here, but
It's certainly not over 35.
Yeah, it's like I think it might be 30, maybe.
All right, but you checked
But I
it.
think it's less. I'll
Just-
tell you in a second.
Yeah, because we do have a, check that against the bylaw. All right, and I want to hear from the public. I did go and drive into Toll House and check the driveway coming out of there. Actually, to me, the biggest problem is that stone wall to the left of the driveway at Toll House. Is that part of the Toll House, that stone
I
wall?
think it's jointly owned with the house that's directly
Yeah.
across as well as.
Yeah, because to me, that was the biggest obstacle, was that, I know it's a low stone wall, but just because of the way the road curves there, that's an obstacle to your view more than anything. Beyond that, again, I'll wait to hear what you all have to say, but I just point out the properties commercially zoned, we're talking here about an estimated use of, 1 to 2 vehicles a minute at peak. And if there was some other use, it could certainly be more than that, for some other kinds of commercial uses. So I would have, again, you say have an existing DOT curb cut on Auburn Street. I mean, I would prefer to see it a little bit further towards the lights so it's not directly opposite the toll house. But I know some engineers feel in that situation it's better to have things straight opposite each other than to have them at a little bit, of a jog. That it's actually safer to have things looking straight at each other.
I think if the
And there was the issue that closer you get to the traffic light, the more dangerous that becomes. So,
The height of the tower is 26.
oh, okay.
And we've already determined hours, correct, from last
Oh,
hearing?
yeah, but could you repeat that, because we didn't get everything into the record last time?
Yeah, we're typically 8 to 8.
8 to 8.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, in a neighboring community, there's a car wash that often there's meetups at midnight, that sort of thing, and it turns into very loud music and racing and issues like that, and we certainly wouldn't want to have that for
Can we
Whitman.
I don't want to hold them to 8 to 8 if they want to go a little later, but should we, I know for most of the businesses, we don't have limits on hours, but there are some where, like when the,
I think we should ask that the vacuums are shut off at 9 o'clock or.
yeah, I was thinking, 10 is the maximum.
You are gonna shut those off.
I'll tell you, yeah, we won't let them run all night for people to come in and use them.
Maybe go to 9.
So typically when we close, those all get shut off. Just so you know too, we took measurements of one of our car washes in Orlando. There was a question about sound out of the end of the tunnel, and 30 feet away we were at 89 decibels. So, which is
Loud.
like loud. It's loud traffic, and that was at 30 feet, and it continues to diminish.
But again, the end of your tunnel,
Does Eric Saffer still live in that house?
The end of our tunnel's here.
yeah, I mean, the end of the tunnel doesn't face
They sold.
occupied areas.
The end of the
That's
tunnel
what
is towards the
that's where the
trees.
sound.
Yeah.
He got a variance for that house.
Anyway, I'd started to say that there are some businesses, some of the, I can't remember, CVS or whoever came in and wanted to go 24 hours, and we turned them down. So we have put some limits on hours of operation, even though it's a business zone. I mean, I was going to suggest 10 p.m. just in the summer. Maybe you might have a reason to go as late as that.
I don't have a problem with hours. I think after 10, certainly after 10 is a little bit loud.
Yeah. You want to make it 10 or did?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me go out to meet you all. Have been really patient. And I call on you. Can give us your name and address and say whatever you want to say. Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah, your name and address,
My
ma'am.
name is Alice Steiger, and We're homeowners of 518 Auburn Street,
Okay.
2 houses away. And our neighbor Marie, who could make it tonight, is along the fence.
Okay.
And so one of my concerns is the lights going into her bedroom windows. And also the noise of all these noises at 10 o'clock when she works at 2 a.m. at the airport. She was supposed to be here tonight, but she hasn't arrived yet.
So are you on the same side of Auburn Street as them?
Yes.
Just further down
Yeah,
Auburn?
and so I'm worried about the lighting going over the fence into our yards because even though it's commercial area, there's still residents on the other side of the fence.
Okay.
So about trying to sleep and having lights in the windows, things like that.
So can you explain again the nature of the lighting because it's really the parking area between the car wash and Auburn Street
That
that's...
fence is hers, that long fence that you're against.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we do have light illuminating the parking area, but it is downward casting and along the property line. It's not, like there's certain, they call it foot candles that that you're allowed to be over your neighbor's property line, and we're well within there. And that's within the old set. We didn't need to make any changes from the last set that we submitted for light already got up and all. It's within the allowable town, so it's very minor.
Yeah. And these are lights that are shielded
Yes.
to shine down.
Yes.
They're not like the
They're
big
very
spotlights.
directional. Yeah.
The other question I have is, I go, because I'm back and forth there every week, I use Wendy's drive out, and I have trouble getting out into traffic. Because there's a lot of traffic at that intersection, just to get out, to either go to my house, 518, or just to go to Harvard Street, my other house. And just to get out of that intersection is really tough to get out. But I use it all the time because of the fact that I have to go that direction. And so I was concerned about the traffic flow because I can't even get out on a regular day at any time.
You mentioned the fence. You know, what fencing is there going to be between the car wash property and like the property to the west?
It looks like it's a 6-foot stockade fence right now.
There's an existing fence
Yeah.
there.
And
Show it
on the bank's property or?
The bank put that up
Okay,
because for privacy.
okay. So that fence will remain?
Yes, that'll remain.
Okay.
The problem should be redone. It looks like it's getting in pretty tough shape.
That's only a couple years old when the bank came in, right?
It's almost 13 years old.
Yeah, it's 12 or 13 now. Time flies.
Yes,
All
they
right.
put it up because we're having to have that as a view.
So, we should still, could you make a list of conditions here? Because without Carol here, it's, we should make a condition that the existing fence is to be, the fence that's there is to be maintained. Because now the fence is going to be on your property, not the bank's property, so.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, anyone else? Yes.
Hi, Aaron Motors, Unit 407, Toll House Village. Now, my unit is the first building on the right-hand side of my backyard, facing towards Auburn Street. How loud are the vacuums?
You won't hear them from over there. So our vacuum producers, so like the vacuum producer would be here, which is the motors for the vacuum. So if someone pulls a hose off here, basically, if you turn your vacuum hose on at home, that's the noise you're going to hear, the hose, the suction. Now you won't hear that past the street.
All right, now the canopy, the top that you said has the LED lights, I found pictures online. Now that canopy there, where would that face? Would that face towards the back of the car wash, or would that be towards the front where the parking and vacuums are?
That faces, the vacuums.
I don't know if anyone else has seen that. I don't know. Now, will those lights go off at 8 o'clock at night also?
Yeah, the tone goes off.
Okay.
the back.
So this entrance here, this would face towards,
The exit.
That's
that would be, that's the street, right?
that's the exit.
It's the exit, so it would
Exit,
here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's a different wash. Like this shows the office here.
Yes.
This one. So this is our this looks like the partner in Virginia. Their building, which is not exactly the same as ours, but because our offices are on the opposite side from the exit of our wash.
Okay.
Would the lights be as bright as those? Because these lights at night are a lot different than what's been described. You know, those look bright.
Yeah, so if that canopy would facing towards Auburn Street, the residential area, or if that canopy side would be facing towards the woods.
No, that canopy faces the bathrooms. Yeah, and so that
Okay, so that would be shining towards our property.
the residential that's
The bank, then
hit the bank, the trees, get through the other trees, cross the road. Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm just worried about, you know, the residential look of Toll House Village and just diminishing property value. I mean, it's not going to be as.
Yeah, we pass them around. So
I don't know if you guys want this. These are just pictures I found. I just didn't want that shining into my children's bedroom at 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, but you're talking hundreds of feet away,
Talking about 500 feet away.
500 feet away.
Was the illumination study you did with those lights on?
Yeah. And again, like even if you look at that picture, that the color doesn't move past the first parking spots there. So if you look, the color doesn't go past that. You can see in and see color, like if someone turns a light on in your house, you can look in and see the light, but like the actual light that comes out of the house doesn't go that far. That's the same thing here. You get more light from your parking lot lights lighting up your parking lot. That's why we put those in.
And these aren't going to be like flashing neon, because we do have a restriction on that in the town, that nothing's flashing.
Right.
Okay. All right. Anything else, sir? Let me just see if anybody else. Yes, ma'am, in back. Yep. And your name and address.
From 51 Auburn Street, New York. So if I'm in a car wash and I have to get out through Auburn Street, is there a stop sign somewhere where I can turn right or turn left safe without, if there's another person, assuming I have twins, right, one on the other side and one on the other side, I'm turning left toward Road 18, which is the traffic light, and then there's one that's, my question is there going to be a collision? Is there a safety somewhere there when I get out from the car wash? Is there a
So we are-
stop sign?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what she's asking.
Oh, okay.
Is there a stop sign? And who has the right of way? If there are drivers from condo, Toll House condo, and there is a car on the car wash,
Well, I guess first question is, are you
is there a stop sign?
is there going to be
There's a stop sign at every one of our exits of our driveways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that on the plan?
Yes.
Okay. But, I mean, I think you're asking, you come out of Toll House, you turn left,
I turn left.
someone comes out of the car wash, and they turn left towards Brockton.
It's just like any residential two houses, two driveways.
Yeah,
commercial.
I understand that, but if the other side, we don't have stop sign.
Neither has the right of way.
We don't
Neither
have
has the
stop
right of
sign
way.
on our Toll House condo, but if they can put a stop sign on the car wash getting out from the car wash,
Yes.
then I think if I am a driver who has a stop sign, then I'm aware that I may not have right of way.
Yeah.
Because there's a
Yeah.
stop sign.
So they are proposing to put a stop sign at each of their exits. So
Okay.
any cars leaving the
That
car.
will make me feel safe when I get out and turning left.
You probably ought to have a stop sign at the exit. Toll House.
My biggest concern with Auburn Street is the hospital in Brockton, so
Yeah.
since they reopened the hospital, there's a lot more ambulances,
Yeah.
fire trucks, emergency vehicles going back and forth. And then I was worried about maybe spillover from the car wash, emergency vehicles trying to get up and down Auburn, school
There's a
buses.
School bus and then the kids
Yeah.
waiting for in that intersection.
And just the light on canopy, if that was going to be something that, you know, if they would close that at 8 p.m. I mean, especially during the winter hours when
Right.
it's
So
dark at 5 o'clock at night.
when the car wash is closed, those lights go off, right? The only lights you would keep were the parking lot lights as a security matter? Okay.
And typically our monument sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anybody else wish to speak?
I just wanted
Yes,
to
ma'am.
check
Go
what
ahead.
time the vacuums are going off, because that will be interrupting people that sleep.
When they're closing at night.
Yeah.
So if they close, what are the hours?
If they close at 8, they go off at 8, they close
Down
at
in
10.
Florida, they have car washes just like this, and you can't hear them if you get off the property. They have one motor that runs all of them, and then there's just the suction of the
Just the
hose.
suction on the hose.
And that's only when they unplug it.
Where is the next house over on Auburn Street to the left of what we're looking at?
That's yours, White House,
Mine's the big White House.
the big White House.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
So I'm just,
so that is fairly close to
to the vacuums,
Yes, but we're in the back. So
it's your setback, so,
well, yeah,
Yeah.
Maria's set back where her bedroom window is right aligned with all the
Right.
vacuums, but I'm a little bit further over from my bedrooms.
yeah. So maybe 9 o'clock is a better cutoff than 10, as long as, based on what you said, that would,
Yeah.
if they're okay with it.
yeah.
I mean, our hours are 8 to 8
Okay.
on all of our locations.
All right, well, we'll make,
But I will say that the vacuums, the producers are in one area, and then you just hear the suction of the hose, which is really.
are the vacuum motor enclosed in some way?
Yeah,
So
we have a white fence, white vinyl fence that encloses that to help with sound
Okay.
for our site.
Okay.
So we do that on all our locations.
But,
This is also located more towards the rear of the medical building, right? So it's set far.
yeah, you want to show again where this, the engine for the vacuums is,
It's right. It's at the end of right there.
yeah, at the end, yeah, closer to the car wash building. Okay. But I think based on what they're saying, I'll go with 8 to 8 is what you're doing. Let's put that in the decision. Okay, anyone else? Yes.
Cameron Brown, known as 501 Armin Tree, Toll House, Village 407. When I get on my bus in the morning, my bus driver has to beep at cars from not stopping, and there is always traffic at the light. People speed and don't care. My little brother and I share a bedroom that overlooks where you want to put the car wash. We watch deers pass through in a lot in the morning in the parking lot. We don't want to bright lights, noise, and traffic in our little town.
Thank you. What time does your bus pick you up in the morning?
My bus driver picks me up at 8:15 in the morning.
Okay. So this place opens at 8, but they probably don't get a whole lot of business then. Their peak hours are a bit later. But yes, it's a big problem that people do not respect what they're supposed to do around buses. And when your bus picks you up, which direction is it heading? Towards the lights at Bedford Street? Or is it heading towards Brockton?
He goes straight, like,
Goes down towards Hart Memorial.
yeah.
Okay. So towards Brockton, okay. So across the street from where the car wash will be. And I think as has been explained, the building is set back further, and so the lights should not, it isn't like it's going to be a television screen shining across the street, which is, I think, what you're concerned about. Thank you. Yes?
Chris McDonald, I'm over at Tall House Condos as well. Can I just ask a question on that map right there? Can you show me, if you're coming off of Route 18, Bedford Street, and a car comes in and they want to go to the car wash, can you just, I see the arrows going by the bank to the right, going towards the back, and then they're going to take a left to go into the car wash, correct?
Yes.
So then they're going to go into the car wash, it could take about 4 or 5 minutes while they're in there, and then they're going to come out, and then if they want to, it comes back like that, so it goes all the way, and then they're going back, and okay, got it, and then they come out, and then they can go right if they want to do vacuums, and they can go straight into vacuums. So there's vacuums in 2 spots?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so then, so the people who are vacuuming to the right over here, on the other way, they might think to go out back to 18.
Right.
And the people who are on the other side might go out on 14.
Or vice versa, they
They
can
can
pull
go
out
either
either
way.
direction
Okay.
after they're done
Or
vacuuming.
they probably decide which vacuums to use based on which way they want to go afterwards. Yeah.
Is there a way, I don't know how you guys have it drawn up, but from Auburn Street, is there could you do like a one way in and then, so it kind of lessens the traffic in and out of Auburn Street? Like they could go into the vacuums or go into the pay area and then exit through the other side? I think that would alleviate maybe some of the congestion in and out of
The
that.
problem though is by doing that, you create more traffic on Bedford Street, which is even more.
And more people needing to turn left to get back to Auburn.
It's much faster on 18.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
How many vacuums are there? Because I thought that those were maybe parking spots, but so there's what, 10 or 12 there, or 10 or 12?
14?
How many?
It should be about 24.
Altogether.
Yeah, oh yeah, because the 88.
How come there's so many? Because if you're only expecting like 35 tops to come in and out, how come, why would you have 24?
Just for customers' use so that no one ever has to wait.
So there could potentially be 24 in there, getting their vehicles vacuumed at one time? Because that seems busier than some of the numbers we've talked, that I've heard. Just making
Maybe
that,
maybe
that note, okay. And then I have a quick question. I know you're gonna go to the DOT to potentially, they're the ones who are determining that you don't have to do a traffic study because you're under a certain number that the traffic engineer indicated, who's not here, and we don't have the data for that. Okay, then.
We do have the data.
We do have.
They do have the letter.
Oh, it's in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then what about? Because the DOT, are they aware? Because we're not at those meetings. That when you pull out onto 14, that you're directly facing the tallest condos, which we're trying to get out as well. But are they even aware that that's kind of a concern? Because I don't know if you can go a little to the left or a little bit to the right. And you had mentioned that that might not be the best to go to the right, but I'm just wondering if that's still a consideration. And then will there be gates closing the area? There's like this car wash up the street that, it's closed sometimes because you go in and the gates are there. So you drive by.
So I can't speak for the DOT, but
Okay.
no, there won't be gates at the entrances. The car wash itself will close the building, but there's not gates for the parking here.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, anyone?
For the entrance to Auburn Street, you said there's going to be some landscaping there, there's going to be more greenery.
See the proposed.
Might be better on the plan with the green.
Yeah.
A couple of trees.
Flip it back and just show them on there. Yeah.
Trees on both sides of the
There's gonna be trees here. Proposed trees.
So that'll kind of enclose it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we have trees going down in between the bank's property and our property. The other trees.
I meant to ask, is there employee parking here? Where would that be? Okay, thank you.
So
And those spaces are 10 by 20?
We're adding more grass.
And the parking spaces are 10 by 20? That's our minimum?
I'm guessing, yeah. The vacuum spots are typically a little bit bigger, wider.
That's fine.
Vacuums and people to open the doors.
22 by 12 and a half.
Okay, and the employee parking spaces are at least 10 by 20?
Yep,
Okay,
10
thank
by
you.
20.
Okay. All right, anything else? All right. Any more comments that I'd like to review if we approve this, what the conditions would be? So Dick started to write them down and we can see what else.
Yeah, see if I missed anything. So number 1, site plan approval. 2, existing fences be maintained, hours 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., signage up to 6 exterior signs, DOT conditions be adhered to. Any other conditions?
Stop sign, just in terms of any changes from a plan that's been submitted, stop sign at the exit from the bank to the Bedford Street entrance exit.
Well, she said at both exits, right?
No,
But
the one,
also, we added the one there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there wasn't one there
Sign.
originally to be added.
To be added
Yeah.
to.
Otherwise,
the bank
it's as shown.
be
And
added.
I think
Southeast corner.
And then is one of the changes that we're removing the right turn only
Yeah.
on
yeah, no,
Bedford.
no right turn only sign on Bedford. That's to be removed.
But that's not a condition.
But it's a change. Since it's a
Related
change from the site
Remove,
plan, we
okay.
want to make a note of that. Lights for the car wash are to be turned off when it's not in operation, other than the lights in the parking areas. Okay? Yes, go ahead.
Is there gonna be a dumpster on the property?
Good question, thank you.
We've got our dumpster in an enclosure that has materials to match the building
Okay,
with gates.
and what do we usually say about hours for emptying the dumpster?
not before 7 or after, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Yeah, for emptying the
Food
dumpster.
in the dumpster, so we have to worry about mice and rats.
Well, it's an enclosed dumpster, and
Yeah, there was a big problem with people picking them up at 4:30 in the morning.
yeah,
So between 7 and 7,
right,
when you contract.
okay. And how much do you generate? What will be going in the dumpster?
I mean, there's what mainly goes in the dumpster is what everybody throws out of their cars. So from a car wash itself, you know, there's a little bit of office, but not much. You could have some containers for the soaps,
Right.
but that's it. It's mainly cleaning, you know, emptying all the trash cans out from the
So you have trash cans in the vacuum areas?
Yes.
Right, okay,
at every spot.
okay.
How often are those emptied? The trash cans?
I mean, at least once a day, but it depends, you know, if they're starting to overflow. We have employees that are out again, if you're, like for our big kahuna, which is our more expensive wash and membership, we get microfiber towels. So we always have employees out making sure if you need a towel or you don't need a towel. And so they're constantly, if there's something overflowing, they empty it.
Mr. Chairman, is there any hazardous waste on the site? Hazardous waste?
No.
Any other condition? I thought maybe for the signage, we should be a little more specific that they are proposing monument signs at the 2 entrances and up to 4 signs on the car wash building itself. I think that's
fair.
That's what we're in. That's the intention.
Yeah, exterior signs on the building.
Right. Up to 4.
And 2, one sign at each entrance.
Right. Okay. Anything else? Did we miss any other conditions that we? Okay.
May I ask
Yes.
just the special permit for the car wash use, that's within the site plan.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think the way to, so the motion would be to approve a special permit for the car wash in the highway business zone and site plan approval for the car wash, and to approve the amendment to the previous, I'm not covering the tape recorder, amendment to the previous decision, which I think was 2012 for the bank, which was for a special permit variance and site plan approval to allow the modification shown on the plan and the reduction in parking as shown on the plan. I think the variance at that time was from the 100-foot setback, so nothing's changing with that regard anyway. But we'll put it all in one decision.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
What would the construction begin on this?
Yeah, talk about the construction period and just that we should ask that.
Yeah, I mean, ideally we would be able to start in the spring, just depends on getting all the approvals, and then it's about an 8-month total build.
And again, construction time should be 7 to 7, no more earlier than 7.
Yeah, 7 to 7, Monday through Saturday. Bob would.
Usually it was, 7 to 7, Monday through Friday, and 8 to 5 on Saturday.
Okay.
That's what this board has done.
Okay. You want to put that down?
We never, okay.
Yeah.
We never gave the bank, 13 years ago, we never gave the bank the frontage variance.
Do they need a frontage variance?
Well, does the bank, the bank's not within are they within the 100 foot?
They had a variance.
Yeah, because it might not have been stated in the decision, but
Well, there was an existing.
there was a variance.
Yeah, it was Saffler.
Yeah, but
Saffler's front back.
Yeah, they.
yeah, there was because there was a variance granted in the decision. I think it was for the 100-foot setback for the bank. It might not have been stated at the end. We weren't as careful back then, but.
Okay, what did I just miss?
Construction, hours of construction, 7 to 7, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Saturday.
8 to 5 Saturday.
Okay.
No work on Sunday.
No work on Sunday.
Okay, 7 to 7, Monday through Friday.
8 to 5 on Saturday.
Yes. And Carol will have this in there.
8 to 5 on Saturday. No Sunday.
All right, anything else? All right, so, and again, if people want to say anything, I mean, I would just say to the neighbors, first of all, thank you all for coming. I hope we've addressed some of your issues. The traffic, again, I look at this and say, there could be worse things there. It is highway business, much. Well, that's it. It could be, I would think almost any restaurant that could go in there. I mean, you could certainly see. Yeah, anything like that, I think, would generate a whole lot more traffic than this. And at least this building is sited as far away from your properties as possible, whereas you could easily see the equivalent of Wendy's next to the bank on Auburn Street, which I think would be much more of a problem. So I think they're doing the best they can to address your concerns and adding the green space. So. All right, with that, anybody else want to say anything on the board? Okay, then I'm going to close the hearing and I'll entertain a motion. So the motion would be special permit and site plan approval for the car wash and amendment of the existing special permit / variance / site plan approval for the bank to allow the changes shown on the submitted site plan, including reduction in parking spaces. So, and with the conditions as previously discussed, the existing fences to be maintained. Hours of operation for the car wash, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Signage up to 4 signs in the exterior of the car wash and 2 monument signs, one at each entrance onto Auburn and Bedford. DOT conditions to be adhered to. Stop sign to be added to the southeast corner of the bank lot as from going from the bank towards the driveway to Bedford Street. Remove the right turn only sign that's shown on the plan at the Bedford Street exit. Lights to the car wash building to be shut off when not in operation. Pickup of the dumpster to be between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And hours of construction, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 on Saturday, no construction on Sunday. Okay? Yeah. Motion by Mr. Blas.
Very good.
A second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Curran. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, 5-0. Approved. And again, I really want to thank everybody from the neighborhood to coming to this and participating. All right, hearing is closed. Thank you. So we filed the decision with the town. I don't know if you're familiar with the local. The building inspector can be your contact on this, but we filed a decision with the town clerk within 2 weeks. There's a 20-day period for appeals to be made, and after that you can pick up the decision, and the town clerk certifies that there hasn't been any appeal filed. You can take it to the registry and go from there. So, okay, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck. All right.
We still have some minutes. Thank you.
Can you believe Halifax?
Can you and Bob can sign those?
Yeah, they're getting a new water zone, and then they're getting all those condos.
Somebody want more?
You did an excellent job. Good job.
When they built with Paradise Gardens, when they built Paradise Gardens, one of the they took the aquarium down was they had built over.
Yes, the building department.
Okay, we have. I'm not kicking you guys out, but excuse me. We're going to be doing some other business, so just for reasons of sound, you're welcome to stay out there and talk. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Okay. See what I have here. All right, minutes for case number 14, which was the continued hearing for 306 Temple Street. So that was myself, Dick Blas, Bob Curran, Bob Kimball, and Tim Travers.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Mr. Curran. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Kimball. All in favor? 5-0. Minutes for case number 16, which was the 159 Auburn Street. So that's which we wound up continuing to tonight. Myself, Mr. Blas, Mr. Curran, Mr. Keeman, and Mr. Kimball.
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Mr. Blas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Keeman. All in favor? 5-0. And for the first, number 17, the first hearing on 342 Bedford Street, myself, Mr. Blas, Mr. Curran, Mr. Keeman, Mr. Kimball.
Motion.
Moved by Mr. Curran.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kimball. All in favor? All right, and the general minutes for the past meeting, same 5 regular members.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Kimball,
Second.
second by Mr. Keeman, all in favor? 5-0. Okay. I'd also put on the agenda discussing zoning bylaw issues for tonight, but that was before we continued these cases, so that will not happen tonight. We have one more submission that's come in, so I've scheduled the meeting for December 1st, the Monday after Thanksgiving weekend, and that is for a tattoo parlor at 356 South Ave, and that's all we have at this point. I'll throw on there the discussion of zoning changes.
What is
in
this
case
one for?
a tattoo parlor at
356 out there?
yeah, the Regal Shoe Building, yeah, which will be a chance to ask them if
Is there
anything's
still
going on.
Is there still one open in the center?
Yeah, that's
Is
still
it?
open.
Is it?
Is it?
Okay. Yeah, it'll need a special permit, but since it's in the industrial zone, it only needs a special permit, not a variance. So, and that's all that we have
Question.
coming in. Yes,
Mr. Chairman. On 455 Franklin Street, the installation place down
okay.
there, one of the conditions was to pave the driveway. That hasn't been done. How do we address that?
Inform
You
the,
gotta
buil-
ask Jim Yule to.
inform the building, ask the building inspector.
Didn't we do like the first 50 feet or something?
Yeah, no, they just got, I walked it today, and they only had the driveway, there's a sidewalk, and then there's nothing. So,
Yeah, but what did we decide? Was it 50 feet
Yeah.
that we big?
yeah, just so that they don't bring the dirt up onto the street.
Right.
I heard it quieted down quite a bit since that hearing. So.
But that's still,
What were they building back there?
these are warehouse and stuff, they use them for insulation.
Okay.
Right.
You know where Cabral is, right? That Cabral's Automotive Works?
Yeah.
It's the building kind of before his
Okay.
property, right? Sandblasting place?
Yeah.
Okay, I will entertain
I
a
have a
yes,
question.
Mr.
I have a
Trapp.
question on case 15, 521 Franklin Street.
Yeah.
Did the fire department ever submit?
No, so we put in that decision a condition that they had to, I don't know the exact wording, they had to do whatever the fire department told them to do.
Correct.
And if the fire department said it had to be sprinkled, it had to be sprinkled. My understanding, just, second hand or third hand, is, although Steve Egan was here that night and didn't understood it was going to either that or a hydrant, one or the other. It's going to have to be something. That now the person that was going to build the house there doesn't want to do it if he has to do that. So be it.
Okay, so we haven't seen anything come from the fire department because I would have voted no on that case. And it would have been a 4-1 vote.
Yeah, Mr. Grasso was here at the following meeting.
Okay.
That was why when I passed out the minutes, I asked each one of you, is that what we agreed to that night?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the condition we put in there.
Right.
And everybody agreed. And I turned to him after the meeting. I said, does that answer your concerns? And he said, yes.
So has the fire department even?
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't think
They don't need to report back.
I don't even know if they've picked up the decision. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go forward. I mean, and if they want to go back to the original proposal to only have it set back 200 feet, they're going to have to come back to us and seek a new decision. That's all. But if they want to build it as shown on that plan, they got to get the fire department to approve it.
Way too far back.
Yeah. So, does that address your concern, Tim? Or?
Well, it does, but if the fire department says nothing, then I would have voted no on that site plan. So we sort of gave them carte blanche. So if the fire department now says, yeah, I don't have a problem.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I would have voted no
Yeah, I understand.
on that case.
Yeah.
So should it be revisited or?
We can't, Tim, at this point. Once we've made the decision, file it. We can't unilaterally change it. But
Talk to the zoning officer. I mean, it's in the decision. He could follow it up.
yeah. But again,
Yeah, but we don't know if they did anything. We don't know if the fire department said anything.
but I don't think anybody has come forward
Yeah, I don't
with a
think
plan, with a plan to build on that property. And I think the language, yeah, I mean, they gotta go for a building permit and follow the conditions in that property. So they're gonna have to if they wanna go through it, they're gonna have to talk to the fire department, and kind of the feedback I got was they might not even pursue it with that condition in the decision. Yeah, looking back in it, Tim, and the reason the fire department had given us an opinion based on the 200-foot or whatever setback, probably should have just continued it that night, or said, get an updated opinion. But frankly, I took what you said as being what we would have heard from the fire department, so that's the condition we put in there. So.
Can I ask a question on that, because I'm not familiar with that case, but, so is the concern that the house is 200 feet back?
No.
It's 6.
The original site plan showed the house 200 feet off the road.
Yeah.
And they came in that night with a revised site plan where the house was going to be 800 feet off.
Or 600 or whatever.
I thought it was 8.
Yeah, but
down a road that went like this.
yeah, which is
Recently,
too long for the fire hose.
well, that was the question
Yes.
that's come to my mind when I brought up with the Conservation Commission, because we've looked at properties, there's one on Franklin Street that's going at 700 feet, and there's no turnabouts. So I was surprised that we didn't have in zoning, there's a turnabout required for fire apparatus.
I think they have to put a T in at the end of the driveway, and I think we did ask.
We put that, we addressed that.
When it's right next to the house, though, do you want the fire truck right next to the house that's on fire? Not normally. They'd have it.
No, well, that's a good point.
Put away from the house, so because I brought it up to Concom, I'm like, you should.
All we care about is getting the fire department there.
And letting them turn around after the fire is out. So they can go home.
Then I had another question too, if you wouldn't mind. So 159, where we didn't approve the 3-bedroom, was presumptuous, they already fitted it out, there's already a closet there. How does that work on taxes now? Because it's got a closet, isn't it from a tax basis?
He can occupy that whatever way he wants. He can't list it as a 3. He can occupy it as whatever he wants.
No, let's keep it.
But will the tax assessor assess it as a 3-bedroom?
Be this thick.
No, well, if they go and look at it, they're gonna call it a bedroom, but we just made a decision that's on the file of registry of deeds, or will be on the file of registry of deeds, they're 2-bedroom condos. So when they go to list them, if they list it as a 3, that.
Yeah, strictly speaking, Bob, because we denied it, that decision doesn't get recorded at the registry of deeds. But the original decision doesn't have a condition that it be, and I was thinking of this as we were discussing it. The original condition, we didn't make a condition that it be 2-bedroom, but that's how it was presented to us, and that's in the decision. From going forward, I want us to be much more careful in our conditions, that as shown on the plan, there ought to be no more than 2 bedrooms.
So they could go to the building department, pull a permit, and do they even have to pull a permit to make that a bedroom?
No.
No,
they
can just do
The
it.
issue is they call it family room. This is what came up, and I brought it up last time we had this.
Yeah, that was my concern. They would need a permit to put another bathroom in there, but not to simply.
And I guess my question involves if the tax assessor looks at it and says, hey, it's a bedroom, now they're listed as 3-bedroom with the tax assessor, even though the zoning board said, no, you're a 2. So there's a conflict.
Well, that's for them to, then they
The
can,
building department, hopefully look for the file and the address folder.
And I looked before the last hearing.
or if they get,
It was being marketed online as a 3-bedroom.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it up for this.
yeah, if they get taxes of 3-bedroom, it's up to them to go to the assessors and file for an abatement and say, hey, we're only allowed to have 2 bedrooms. But anyway, I think this is a case where we're kind of, fool me once, shame on me. Yeah.
We could make a decision to say the attic will not be finished.
Well,
It is finished.
Couldn't we have told them to take
It's
the
already
closet out?
finished. No, I know, we could make that.
We did that in another one.
Yeah.
we did
We did it on
We,
Franklin's.
we could have, well,
Take the closet out.
again, a denial does not get filed with the registry.
I never even thought of
Yeah. So you could have approved it with some but it would, you know, if we, what would we approve? I've approved it as take out the closet, but you can still use it
it. Well,
as
that's
a
what
den.
we did for Franklin's.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, I think,
If they were gonna finish it at a later date anyway.
yeah. All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Kimball, second? No second?
Second. Unless you guys all want to stay.
Second by Mr. Travis, all in favor.
Motion to-
The meeting is adjourned.